Have you ever wondered how Toyota became a global giant? The iconic brand behind reliable and fuel-efficient vehicles has an interesting history. Today, the focus will be on a key figure, Kiichiro Toyoda, the son of Toyota's founder. Some might call him the Prodigy son, who not only inherited a legacy but actively shaped it. This video will explore Kiichiro Toyoda's journey, his impact on Toyota's growth, and his leadership. But every company has a story, and Toyota's is deeply intertwined with the vision of one remarkable individual, Kiichiro Toyoda. Early history. Kiichiro Toyoda, born in Japan in 1894, came from a family of inventors. His father, Sakichi Toyoda, founded a successful company. The Toyota story began in 1933. Back then, it was part of a bigger company that made weaving machines. After excelling in his engineering studies, Kiichiro traveled abroad to learn about textiles and then joined his father's business. He later married into a prominent family. Kiichiro Toyoda, the founder's son, was interested in cars. Kiichiro's interest shifted towards the emerging automobile industry, and despite his father's reservations, he convinced the company to develop cars. He had traveled to the US and Europe to learn about car making. The Japanese government also wanted more cars to be built in Japan. So Kiichiro Toyoda took charge of a new department for car making on September 1, 1933. Their first engine, the Type A, came out in 1934. This engine was then used in their first passenger car, the Model A1, in 1935. They also made a truck that year, the G1. Another car, the Model AA, followed in 1936. These early Toyotas looked a lot like American cars from that time, especially Dodge and Chevrolet. Even though Toyota is famous for cars today, they're still in the weaving machine business. They now make modern computerized looms and electric sewing machines that are sold all over the world. This eventually led to the formation of a separate company, Toyota Motor Corporation, in 1937. Kiichiro rose through the ranks, becoming vice president that same year and taking the helm of the company as president in 1941. From loom shuttles to automobiles, a family legacy. Toyota began as a separate company in 1937. This was a big step, and Kiichiro's son, Shoichiro, was born right in the middle of this exciting time. The founder's family name was Toyoda, but the company chose the name Toyota because it sounded similar and had 8 letters in the Japanese writing system, a lucky number in Asian cultures. In China, Toyota is still called Toyota because they use Chinese characters. The Toyota family wasn't always in the car business. Originally, they made loom shuttles, those parts that move back and forth on weaving machines. But Kiichiro, a brilliant engineer, saw the future in automobiles. Back in the 1930s, Japan's economy was growing fast. American companies Ford and GM were already selling cars in Japan by assembling parts shipped from the US. By 1929, they controlled most of the Japanese car market. To compete, Toyota learned from these companies by studying their cars and hiring some of their former workers. This helped Toyota develop its first car, the Toyota AA. World War II. During World War II, 1939-1945, Toyota made mostly trucks for the Japanese army. These trucks were simple to build because of Japan's lack of resources at the time. For instance, they only had one headlight in the middle. The war ended just before Allied forces planned to bomb Toyota factories. After the war, Japan's economy was in bad shape. Toyota started making cars again in 1947 with the SA model. By the end of 1949, the company was close to going out of business. The banks gave them a loan, but with conditions. Toyota had to create a separate sales company and lay off some workers. In June 1950, things were critical for Toyota. They were making very few trucks and almost went bankrupt. There were strikes by workers who did not want pay cuts or layoffs. In the end, Toyota's president resigned and a new leader, Taizo Ishida, took over. Luckily for Toyota, the Korean War, 1950-1953, began around this time. The US military ordered a lot of vehicles from Toyota, which helped the company recover. Ishida focused on investing in new equipment, like building a new factory in 1959. This helped Toyota become more successful than its competitor Nissan in the following decade. Also in 1950, Toyota created a separate company to sell its cars. In 1956, they established a network of dealers called Toyopet. By 1957, Toyota was exporting cars, like the Crown model, to the United States. They also opened offices in the US and Brazil around this time. Returning to the family business, a new era for Toyota. Kiichiro Toyoda was not born into wealth or privilege. His father, Kiichiro Toyoda, was an engineer who saw the potential in automobiles and founded the Toyota Automatic Loom Works, which later became the Toyota Motor Corporation. Kiichiro grew up surrounded by the hum of machinery and the constant tinkering that goes into car development. Kiichiro officially joined Toyota in 1950 and quickly rose through the ranks. He witnessed firsthand the company's early struggles, particularly in competing with established American automakers. This is where Kiichiro's leadership truly began to shine. Inspired by American supermarkets minimizing waste and maximizing efficiency, Kiichiro championed the now famous Toyota Production System, TPS. This wasn't just about cranking out more cars. It was about streamlining processes, eliminating waste, and focusing on continuous improvement, also known as Kaizen. In the early 1960s, Japan's economy was booming. People had more money to spend, and the government built better roads. This was a great time for car companies like Toyota to sell affordable cars, like the Toyota Corolla, which became the world's most popular car ever sold. Toyota also did well in the United States in 1965 with the Toyota Corona. This car was changed specifically for the American market and had a stronger engine. The Corona helped Toyota sell many more cars in the US, tripling their sales in 1966. By 1967, Toyota was the third most popular import brand in the US. Taking Toyota global, Kiichiro's vision extended beyond the factory floor. He recognized the potential for international expansion. In the 1970s, during the oil crisis, American automakers struggled with gas-guzzling vehicles. Toyota, on the other hand, had built a reputation for fuel efficiency thanks to the TPS. This opened doors to the American market, a huge win for the company. Kiichiro didn't just export cars. He understood the importance of cultural adaptation. He established production facilities in the US, employing American workers and learning from their expertise as well. This two-way approach fostered trust and solidified Toyota's presence in a foreign market. Kiichiro Toyoda's enduring impact. In the 1990s, Toyota moved beyond its roots of small car production. They introduced a wider range of vehicles, including large SUVs and trucks. They also released new sports car models and became known for the Prius, the world's first mass-produced hybrid car. During this time, Toyota expanded its global presence by setting up factories and offices in Europe and North America, and they increased their ownership of another car company, Daihatsu. The leadership of the company also transitioned away from the Toyota family for a short while. The 2000s saw Toyota begin selling the Prius worldwide and acquire truck maker Hino Motors. They entered the world of Formula One racing and introduced a youth-oriented car brand called Scion, but this was only for the North American market. By this decade, Toyota had become the world's leading automaker. The 2010s brought new difficulties for Toyota as natural disasters in Japan disrupted their production. They also made the decision to stop making cars in Australia due to high costs. Despite these setbacks, Toyota continued to invest in new technologies like artificial intelligence and self-driving cars. They partnered with companies like Uber and Lyft, but a decision to support looser emissions standards hurt their reputation for being environmentally friendly. In the 2020s, Toyota regained its position as the world's top automaker. They announced major investments in electric vehicles and battery production. However, they also faced a recall of their new electric car due to safety concerns. To develop alternative fuel vehicles, Toyota focused on hydrogen-powered trucks. This decade also saw a leadership change within the company, with Akio Toyoda stepping down as CEO and Koji Sato taking over. Toyota concluded the decade with a significant increase in employee wages after negotiations with unions. Kiichiro Toyoda's story is an inspiration for anyone interested in leadership, business, and innovation. Perhaps Kiichiro's story has inspired your own ideas for improvement or innovation. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more stories about the people who shape the world we live in. Let us know in the comments who inspires you to follow your dreams. Let's discuss how we can apply these valuable lessons in our own lives and endeavors.